Living in Las Vegas starts now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome from Las Vegas, Nevada. That groovy little podcast that gives you a true first-person look into what it's like to call Sin City your home. The Living in Las Vegas podcast. And now your host, a man who clearly needs some kind of introduction, otherwise you wouldn't know who he was, Mr. Scott Whitney. Welcome, everybody, to the Living in Las Vegas podcast here on the Vegas Video Network. Oh! And if you would allow me to be the first to congratulate you because you're watching or listening to the longest running podcast about Las Vegas that actually originates from Vegas. Wait, what would you like me to do with this? Oh, it fell off. Excuse me. How's that?
It was better lower.
Is it better? Okay. Welcome again, everybody. Yeah, okay. Number one flaw for the technical director, he didn't know that the artist did not have his microphone on. Oh, no, I don't want to hear a thing out of you. Pops tells me I'm being mean to you, but Pops is too nice, quite frankly. Okay, it was a good job. Halfway to the show, but finally, good job. Anyways, welcome to the show. Congratulations for watching or listening to the longest running podcast about Las Vegas that actually originates from Vegas, hosted by locals. What? Who would think about that? And what's that mean? We're not only going to cover what it's like to live here. No, we're going to talk about adventures downtown, Fremont Street, on the Strip, other cool places here in the city. And by the way, if you're a fan of our city, maybe you're a tourist, hell, you might even be thinking about moving to this little burg of ours. Well, guess what? This show's like your own secret handshake to all things cool and groovy. Now, we are live the first and third Tuesday of every week, every month, at 7 o'clock Pacific time at vegasvideonetwork.com/live. First and third Tuesday, 7 o'clock, vegasvideonetwork.com/live. Come on, be a part of the show. Who says it best? Christina Aguilera, come on over, baby. She says, get in. Why? Here's why. Live broadcasting is magical, but it's even more magical than the kind of magic that you're seeing right now, because we live stream before this show even starts. Oh, sure, we say 7 o'clock, but we started streaming what time, Nick?
45.
About 45 minutes. 6:45. So there's 15 minutes of pre-show, of the magic of putting this monstrous program together. But wait, there's more. After our show is complete, and the over on that show will always be 1 hour.
Oh, I get to talk? Oh, I thought I was going to be teller in this episode.
Okay, 1 hour. Then we continue on Vegas Video Network 2.0, Vegas Video Network, or Living in Las Vegas After Dark. That's when we actually tell you what we really feel like, because we are somewhat censored here because, well, we all have jobs and we all want to stay employed. Yeah. That's kind of the deal. Okay, let's see. We've got people from all over the world. Let's just say 25 places, 14 countries in the live chat. They are the bestest in the world, and we certainly appreciate their playing along. Hey, I'm your host, Scott Whitney. Konnichiwa, buenas noches. How you doing, hot stuff? I am the founder of this here Vegas Video Network. So on behalf of all the shows, thanks for watching. And on behalf of this little show, thanks for playing along as well. And by the way, I'm not doing this by myself. He's my Zima brother, which is actually an oxymoron, because you really can't be a man and drink Zima. But it's Pimpin' Wayne, everybody. There he is.
Thank you.
There he
Someone
is.
has to drink it.
Somebody has. And apparently, a lot of people are drinking this nonsensey, crappy, holy.
It's only back for the summer. It's limited time. You stamp limited time on something, it's gonna fly.
Scarcity. They're playing the marketing
Supply and
scarcity.
demand.
Sure, of course. Hey, we want to say hello to new in the live chat, Chef Brett 2. He is from Oklahoma City. Nice camera work, Mr. Nicky. Very nice. Oklahoma City. He discovered us 2 weeks ago on YouTube, the #2 search engine in the world.
Wow.
Most people didn't know that. Okay,
And
now.
had you joined, as you plugged the After Dark earlier in your monologue,
Yes.
had you joined us after the show, After Dark last week, we did quite the expose on you.
It was actually a little offensive. And what's the word I'm looking for? Where you feel like you've been violated. Oh, violated. That's the word. Okay, I don't have my sound effects here because we don't have any time. We rushed right from the live stream Las Vegas gig in here, setting stuff up, people flying around, dogs and cats being killed. So I'm now going to do the sound effects that move us into the song. Down, 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 teeny, down, 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 getting teeny, down, 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 getting teeny, but it, Okay, here's what's today's topic. I don't have the first clue. At the end of last week, in the after show, Wayne was probing, quite probing as a matter of fact, and we all thought this was kind of fun for the live chatters actually liked it more than we did. And so Wayne has decided he is going to run this show. Pretty exciting. Wayne, take it away.
Well, you know, Scott, that's not entirely true. You know a little bit about what's going to go on today because we're going to talk a little bit about your past. A lot of people don't know this.
Oh.
I know some things about Scott that he's been holding out on people a little bit. Scott, before he became the most experienced live streamer and podcast producer in Nevada, he had quite a little bit of different of a history. You know, you might know him as your friend Scott, but does anybody remember back in the 90s the Psychic Friends Network? Remember Miss Cleo?
Do I?
You called her up and she would tell you your fortune, Mon.
Yeah.
Well, before he was your friend Scott, he was Psychic Friend Scott. Nick, do we have the video evidence of that?
Oh, wait.
Oh, we do.
We go ahead. I don't want you to think.
No rush, Nick.
I just bring it. I bring the truth here.
What do you got?
Scott?
It's coming.
I don't know
No,
how.
we'll find it. Go get it.
I said it's coming.
Where is it?
I don't know how you're going to describe this, but
Nick, what are we looking for, brother?
We're looking for.
well, this was this is going to be far away. See, there we go. Yep. Now, Scott, much like that show, if anybody's seen Escaping Polygamy,
That's fun,
once you're out,
Here, keep talking.
you're out.
I'm gonna go get a hat.
And so the only way Scott was allowed to leave the Psychic Friends Network is if he promised to never use his clairvoyant talents again. Now, fortunately for us, for one night only, a limited engagement, Scott has agreed to tap back into his clairvoyant talents
Hello.
and prognosticate on topics that affect us in Las Vegas. So, ladies and gentlemen, episode 310 is going to be Psychic Scott's. Psychic Scott, everybody.
Thank you very much. Well, you're very kind. The only way you can be psychic is if you wear
you've got-
a psychic hat.
That's correct. You need to constrict the blood flow to the vein, to
Right.
the brain,
Right.
in order so you can see the spirit images.
You know what a lot of people don't
hallucinations.
recognize? Does that look pretty good? Maybe I should go sideways. What do you think?
We could have really used some incense, but the fire department, strictly.
Huh? What are you doing? No, come on, stop it. Don't get carried away. We're just wanting to get to the show. That's all I'm asking. Okay. Oh, yeah. That looks pretty good, actually. Okay.
So, Scott, since you have agreed for just this one show only to release your inner clairvoyant talents,
Yeah.
what I do is I went through the headlines. People don't like uncertainty. They want to know what's going to happen.
Sure.
So I've grabbed
guess.
some recent headlines
Anybody got
out of the
it?
news.
Okay.
I am going to read you that headline.
Fair enough.
And then you're going to prognosticate the future. All for free.
Yeah.
It's you don't even have to dial a 900
No.
number at home.
That's how I used to make my money.
I know. Well, we saw.
That was pretty
So let's start off.
good. That was, by the way, that image. Fantastic.
Well,
Nicely done.
I had to really dig for that.
Nicely done.
That was
That's good.
That was
Okay.
that was buried.
Here we go.
I'd like to thank the people at the Digital Archives
Photoshop.
at the United States Library of Congress.
All right.
All right. So first headline. So what I did was I skimmed some of the print publications and the online news here.
Right.
So first headline. This actually came out just about 2 weeks ago, right at the end of July.
Okay.
The headline is, Construction underway at Resorts World Las Vegas. Those of you out there, you know, used to be the Frontier site.
Yes.
Of course, you know.
I do.
You know all.
I knew before it was even called Frontier.
Correct. And
It was called Lot
so the Boyd Group
177.443.
tore it down, started to build it up, ran out of money, flipped it to the Resorts World.
Do you remember the name it was supposed to be called?
It was supposed to be, not a lawn. That was the other one.
Right.
It was going to be Echelon?
Let's go with yes.
Yeah. So,
Fuck, I don't remember.
so the headline. So this is your first prognostication.
Okay, go.
Psychic friend Scott.
There you go.
So the existing headline: construction underway at Resorts World Las Vegas. So what everybody wants to know:
Yeah.
which headline is going to come next? Grand opening date set for Resorts World, or construction delayed at Resorts World? Good. Breathe that ether in deeply.
It doesn't matter. It feels so good. Okay. This is a sad prediction. Because I prefer that your first option, we finally have a date, would be the answer. They do have a date, and that date is fucking never. And I'm sorry to say that, but it will fail again. It will be another year. And the reason is because there is a dark black cloud hanging over everything north of Convention Center Drive.
So you're referring to the SLS, the stratosphere.
Dark cloud. But let's see if I'm right. For example, this property here, has it been built? No. How long has they've been thinking about it? Let's go 3 years.
Approximately, yeah.
Let's move forward. The Riviera, how's that place doing? Oh, it's gone. Let's continue to go forward. Fontainebleau, $1 billion building. You build $1 billion building in, say, Summerlin, and you have Red Rock, one of the most gorgeous properties ever. If you build $1 million building at the north part of the Strip, you've got $1 billion building that is currently worth $500 million and will never be sold, and it's a piece of shit. Let's continue on, shall we? Let's go to SLS. SLS is done so well that they desperately went out to W and said, would you please buy a tower and bring in your W people? Now, how's that worked? I don't know. I think they would do better if they would just finish the ceilings in that property. Let's continue on. There's more. Well, actually, that one's done pretty well. Do you think Lucky Dragon has done well?
I haven't seen much about it.
Yeah, every time I'm in there, there's nobody in there. So the Stratosphere. The Stratosphere recently sold to the people who own PTs. And actually, the opinion around here is that it's kind of a positive thing. New blood. They've got some good things going on. They have really embraced not charging. Here's why I love the Stratosphere. You know what they charge for parking?
Nothing.
Nothing. You know what they charge for valet?
Nothing.
Nothing. Well, I've been there for a couple nights doing LA Comedy Club stuff. By the way, if you work at LA Comedy Club, guess what time you get home? 5 in the morning. That's really hard on you, by the way. I don't like it. It's kicking my ass. So I'm afraid that Resort World is never to be.
Too bad. All right.
Sorry. Oh, that was a good throw.
All right. Next up, here's the headline.
Okay.
Las Vegas approves United Soccer League team for Cashman Field for 2018.
Oh, that's good.
So it is a 15-year lease. The city council approved. They're going to let a man who owns or is going to, I guess, purchase a United Soccer League franchise.
Yep.
And they are supposed to start playing at Cashman Field in 2018. So, prognostication, psychic friend Scott.
Yes.
What will last longer, the soccer team or the Vegas Golden Knights?
Oh, I thought you were going to give me a tough one. This is easy. Vegas Golden Knights. And here's why. Cashman Center is being shut down.
Now, let's
two different
specify.
properties.
There's two parts to
Two
it.
different properties. So this is in downtown off of Washington Street. A good place for probably the Raider fans to go, given that you should have a gun while you're walking down that area. But you easy champion. So there's these two properties in the Cashman facility, I guess you call it. One is a very rundown conference center. That's where you see most of those gun show, garden. Come on in, buy a hot tub kind of thing.
Right.
One of those things. Home and garden shows. A lot of home and garden shows. And then right next to it is Cashman Field, which is the baseball field for the 51s, who is a AA or AAA team for
the Mets.
Mets, right. And they used to be the AAA team for the Dodgers.
And between that was Toronto.
That's right, which was a fantastic idea.
Right.
Good. Anyways, and now the Mets, which is kind of cool. So I've always liked that property, by the way, the baseball field. But I think that when they start tearing down the conference center, one of those balls might hit the side of the building and knock it down. So this is easy. The Golden Knights have been, regardless of your Raiders story, have been really embraced. The tickets have been selling, as a matter of fact. So we're quarter season ticket holders. Their preseason games have now been on sale. They're already close to being sold out. This is for preseason games. We're going to be going with our friends Neil and Sarah. This is easy. Golden Knights are going to be here for 30 years.
All right.
Soccer team's going to be here for 30 minutes.
Hockey traditionally does not do well in the desert.
Well, yeah, it's because the ice melts, but we actually have a room where we're putting the ice. It'll be okay. Remember, we used to have hockey here at the Orleans.
Right. Didn't work out.
Well, it didn't work out for 20 years. How long were they around? They were around forever.
Well, no, there was the Storm or the Thunder. There was the Thunder that played at Thomas and Mack. Then there was a gap. Then there was the Wranglers that played at the Orleans.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Wranglers.
And then the Orleans basically said, well,
that was a huge problem.
We're not really that interested.
We went and saw one game, and it wasn't very well
I enjoyed it.
Supported. I mean, it wasn't a lot of people there. Oh, I loved it.
Well, the Orleans Arena only holds 6,000 people.
Oh, I thought it was bigger than that.
No.
Oh, okay, interesting. So what I liked about it's very much like the 51's baseball game. It's AAA baseball, which means they're hitting the shit out of those balls. There's a high score. I mean, the last time I went to a game, it was like 20-17 or something. Like, this is like Little League. But these guys are throwing 95-mile-an-hour fastballs and knocking them over the fence. I love this game. Another $1 beer, please.
On Thursdays,
On Thursdays. By the way, here's a tip. I will prognosticate, if you ever go to Thursday one night or $1 beer night, you're going to hate yourself because the lines are about a mile long.
They are.
And the beer is just about that much.
Now, you know the secret.
Yeah, the secret is not to go on Thursday.
No.
What?
The secret is go upstairs to the lounge that's along the third baseline.
Okay.
$1 beers up there, but there's only an elevator, like a Rick Shaft kind of elevator, that you take that
great.
up there. You say a quick prayer, little Hail Mary. You get up to the second floor. You go past the club restaurant, and it used to be called the Jack Daniels Bar. Every year the sponsorship changes.
Yeah.
But you have a great view. You look out over the field, $1 beers, and
Boom.
Very few people know how to get up there.
Jack Daniels Bar at T-Mobile. And that's a nice bar. And on the other side is the Bud Light Bar. Basically the same bar.
You said T-Mobile. You mean Cashman?
I mean T-Mobile. Have you been to T-Mobile?
I have.
Yeah, they have two large bars. If you're in the two center areas on either side of the ice, like I think it's 14 and 15 and I don't know 19, 20, whatever it is. If you're in that group, those people have access to either the Jack Daniels bar or I think it's the Bud Light bar, and it's a really nice bar, food and everything. You can hang out there, watch the game. It's very cool. Very cool. We're not a part of that. That was a little bit more expensive than we were willing to pay for our quarter season tickets.
All right.
Let's go.
So, Golden Knights.
Golden Knights. They're going to be
All
here for
right.
a while. I might even buy a shirt, and I don't wear anybody else's logos, except for this one.
Not a headline, but a follow-up. Something I did want to get. I thought this was interesting.
Okay.
So the first Mayor Goodman, Mr. Mayor,
Right.
always wanted to bring a sports team to Las Vegas.
Yes, he did.
He gets term limited out. Mrs. Mayor, Carolyn, his wife, comes in.
Right.
She succeeds between, you figure, the Golden Knights, the Raiders, the soccer team. Las Vegas became a little bit of a sports hub here.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's an interesting perspective right there. Wayne.
So here's my question, psychic friend Scott.
Okay.
Carolyn Goodman has 1 term left. She's on her 2nd term. The Goodmans have 4 children. Will another Goodman ever be mayor of Las Vegas?
No. Here's why. The reason why the first mayor, Goodman, was mayor is because he was he was charismatic, he was funny, he enjoyed his gin, and he suggested that we cut off thumbs of people who do graffiti. You're going to get elected every time if you do that. The reason why the second Goodman got elected is because she was married to a guy who was charismatic. He was fun. He liked his gin, and he was cut off thumbs of people who do graffiti. She is not nearly as interesting as but she's a smart gal. Really. She started, I forget what school it was.
Meadows.
Which is, not too bad. It worked out okay. Have you heard of anything about their kids?
No, I think one's a lawyer, one's a doctor.
Yeah, I just don't. First of all, I've not heard that they're interested in being in politics, for one thing. And, the mayor's position here actually is mostly ceremonial. They don't really do anything here. They kiss babies and they open up stuff, but they don't really have a lot of power. They're on the council, but they're no different than anybody else. So it's not the same as being a mayor of like Los Angeles, where you can get shit done in Los Angeles. Here, you're hoping that the next magician isn't a molester or something like that. I don't know. Continue on.
All right. The next headline, Nevada casinos end fiscal year with winnings up 2.9%.
Saw that.
So the backstory, in 2016, gambling winnings increased 0.7%. Last year, with the way fiscal years are bizarre, they're not.
Right, it's October usually.
Correct. So 2017's fiscal year just ended, it's up 2.9%.
Yeah.
Is gambling back? Will this upward trend continue?
Did they say that was gambling revenue?
That was winnings.
Yeah. Was it? It was interesting because I saw, we may talk about this on the next show. I saw a great thing from the LVGA that spoke about that, but also spoke about the number of tourists who've come here. Guess what? Tourism is down month over month.
Because you read that the numbers at McCarran are up.
So this is what's really interesting about these numbers. McCarran is up. But they count that number of people who hit McCarran and then just leave. So it's not really an accurate assessment of who's coming here as a tourist. But tourism is down, I want to say 3.9% month over month. But I've got the numbers. We'll probably look at that on our next show. But I did see that gambling, or I didn't think it was gaming. I thought it was just revenue in general was up.
The headline was Nevada casinos end fiscal year with winnings up 2.9%.
Oh, that's interesting because that could mean, well, it probably means gaming. And what was your question?
So my question is gambling back? I mean, everybody thought there was a lull with the clubs and the restaurants. Millennials don't like casinos. That baby boomer generation that's sitting there pumping their Social Security in the slots is dying off. But we've now had 2 straight fiscal years of gaming win increases. Is this upward trend going to continue?
So I don't know that I think or feel or believe that. I think the challenge is the millennials. And that, for instance, a big thing for the longest time was, not the longest time, was skill-based gaming. Right. So for those of you who don't know, skill-based gaming is a new concept. I mean, it's been around for about 4 years, but it hasn't really hit the casino floors about 2 years ago. First in New Jersey, actually, and finally came to Vegas. Skills-based gaming, well, to back up, it used to be you could not have skill-based gaming, which means that if you get into a bonus or if you're playing, you can't make money because you know what you're doing. It's random and all that good stuff, and that's how you get paid. And that used to be the law. You weren't allowed to have any kind of skill base. And then all the casino manufacturers said, we think the millennials want to play Frogger or Centipede or one of those games that has some skill based. And the better you are, the more money you make, right? Which is a pretty interesting idea. So all of the gaming manufacturers went down this route. And quite frankly, it hasn't done well. It has been a letdown. I mean, you probably know this as well, but it's just not done as well as everybody expected. So there are now...
You don't see it a lot.
We don't see it a lot. First of all, there's not a lot of games that do it. And it's not just about licensing. I mean, they licensing everything, so it can't be just a licensing thing. I think it might have been a how do we decide what you win thing. I think there might be some mathematical what the fuck do we do situations. But yeah, you don't see it a lot. As a matter of fact, I don't know that I've ever seen it on a floor in Vegas. Have you?
Not in person. I think I saw the link down on the Strip, formerly the Imperial Palace.
Right.
I think I saw an article a while back and some photos where they had put one in. It's kind of like a test, basis.
Well, and that's the other thing. If you put one in, one's not going to do shit. You got to put in 20. You got to basically say this bank of games is going to be this skill-based thing. But here's the thing. I think the millennials just don't care about that stuff. I think they just don't care, which is clear. I mean, if you would have said to somebody, if you would have asked me 20 years ago, Scott, do you think people will pay $650 for a bottle of vodka and a couple Sprites? I'd go, no. I think that's stupid. Guess what? They're doing it all the time, and they're still doing it. So, and that is, who's that to? That is to millennials. That sure as hell ain't to me. It's not to you. It's to folks who think that's the way to go, and that kind of music. So I don't get it, quite frankly, but that's what's happening. So I think there's actually, I've seen some other games. I work with some other, with some gaming companies that I think will, if they do enough of them, will create a new buzz in gaming. If they do. I've seen them, and I kind of freaked out about how interesting it was. But I think these guys are, I don't think that they're going to see a sustained I don't think 6 months from now it'll be the same. I think it'll flatten out.
All right. Moving right along. Oh, that was a good one, too. So here's your headline.
When he does that throw, that'd be a good camera one.
Las Vegas. He's a backseat director.
I just want to see. I want to see the thing fly.
Las Vegas housing market is booming as prices and sales continue to rise.
They got all this from the same graphic that I saw that we're going to talk about next week. Maybe.
So, and we had a lot of people 2 weeks ago talking about moving to Las Vegas.
Yep, we did. We did quite a few.
We did a lot. So I saw this headline, and myself, as we talked about before, I'm also in the market as well. So the question is, how long can this last, or will this last?
So the real question is, what's the month over month or year over year gain? And there's two different housing markets that you care about. There's new construction, and then there's resale houses. Resale housing, I believe, is about $230,000 is the average price. Do you have that written down?
For which one?
A resale.
No, it's higher. I think it reached 240-ish.
Oh, I think it's 230 or 235.
I don't have that written down.
Yeah, I think it's 230.
I'll just agree with you because clearly
because I got these hats on.
Right.
And yet new construction is $300 and some odd thousand. That really hasn't changed a lot. I think there is little chance that the bubble that happened before will happen again. And actually, a great predicator of that is our very first topic. That those people aren't building because they don't see the need. Listen, if Resort World saw that they are losing money because they're not building, they'd be fucking building. They'd find the money and they'd be building, and they're not doing it. So from a housing perspective, if you're buying a house like you're looking to do, it is moving up nicely. If you own a house, it's moving up nicely. If you're buying a house, it's maybe not so nice. Like I said before, our house has appreciated, our new house, significantly, but not like it appreciated back up at Aliante when it appreciated $100,000 in 6 months. That was pretend money. That was monopoly money.
Right.
That was not going to ever happen.
You ended on free parking.
Right. So I think I would say this. I would predict that if you're looking for a house, you should buy a house. I think that at least for another 5 years, we're going to say a steady thing. And the other thing is, we talked about this on a previous show. What you want in housing is a 3% year-over-year gain. That's basically what you expect if you buy a house. And if you look at the housing market in Las Vegas over the last, I think it was 20 years, it averages out to 3%. So this is not special. Now, if you moved in like I did in 2005, you saw 20%, 30%, you saw stupid numbers. And then we saw it all drop out, and basically people were shooting themselves because we had the highest foreclosure rate, highest, it was brutal here. But it's coming back, and the jobs are coming back. See, the other thing are you going to talk about underemployment?
No.
Okay, that's the other thing that's important here. So I think
you
we're
should
at,
have known I wasn't going to.
right. That's right. How come you shot me? Well, you should have known I was going to shoot you. The other thing that helps housing is employment, right? And so I think right now we're at about 5%, give or take, which is a little higher than basically saying anybody who wants a job can have a job. Now, it does not speak to the underemployed or the people who may have given up. But clearly, the job market here has rebounded a lot. And there is less reliability on hospitality. It's still number one. Hospitality is big and construction is big, which is not a big jump from what it's been for the last, let's say, 1,000 years or whatever. But you're seeing more companies who have more to say than just we're a hospitality play, we're hiring a bartender, we're construction, we're hiring a guy who does roofs or whatever, as opposed to technical companies. So that's happening. As a matter of fact, I am associated with a group called the LVGEA, Las Vegas Global Economic Alliance, and their job is to bring people in to Las Vegas, companies who are not hospitality companies, who are not construction, who are doing other things to create other reasons to live here. Because the truth of the matter is, if you can get a job in Las Vegas, it's a good place to live. The cost of living here is pretty fantastic. And even though housing is going up, $235 for a resale house is stupid low if you're coming from California. Now, if you're coming from, I don't know, Poughkeepsie, maybe it's
a little high, yeah.
I don't know. But, most people who come here are coming from California. We've talked about that before. So if you're coming from California and you're moving here, this is like Christmas. It's and I don't have to pay personal income tax?
City tax, state tax.
What the is going on? Oh,
gone.
How do you guys even survive? And the answer used to be gaming. So there are, which explains why casinos have used other means of creating income.
When the casinos win, we all win.
Locals certainly win.
All right. Oh, that one wasn't as good.
How are we doing on time?
Last one. I've just got one left for you.
Look at the recording number.
I am.
What are we at in time?
33.
Fantastic.
See?
Oh, we're doing good.
All right. Last one. Here we go.
Okay.
Here's the headline.
Ready.
Gordon Ramsay announces a Hell's Kitchen themed fifth Las Vegas
Jesus
restaurant.
Christ, is that enough of this guy?
Gordon Ramsay announces a Hell's Kitchen themed fifth Las Vegas restaurant. This will accompany burger, steak, pub and grill, and fish and chips. So now we've got our fifth one. It's going to be modeled after Hell's Kitchen, the TV show.
Are they going to actually shoot Hell's Kitchen there?
They will not. That's on a soundstage in Los Angeles. But you'll walk in, and they'll have a red side and a blue side. You pick the menu, and they'll probably get yelled at in front of you.
Man, you've just ruined yet another dream. Hey, let's go to LA and go to Hell's Kitchen. No, you can't go.
Yeah.
All right, way to go, killer.
Here's so we got five Gordon Ramsay restaurants. So for the final prognostication, Scott, what will come first? Another Gordon Ramsay restaurant or a new Cirque show?
That's a great question. Do you mean another as in the sixth one?
Correct.
Or another Cirque as in the 10th, if you don't count the two that failed.
Cirque's up to 7 right now.
They have 7 right now, but they've had a couple that failed. They had Elvis that failed. They had, what was the other one that failed? Zakara at Aria. So that would have been 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's going to happen? Oh, that's a really good question. Can I hold on.
Can you call Miss Cleo? I think she's
Can
probably...
I just ask that neither? I'm going to go with neither. Listen.
You think they're both markets are tapped out, huh?
Well, Cirque clearly is tapped out because they've tried twice. It hasn't worked. One of their Cirque shows really isn't a Cirque show. It's a magic show. It's not a circus show. Have you seen that show?
No, I refuse. I would not go to a Chris Angel show.
Well, you got to go just to
I got
say.
paid.
Well, actually, don't go. I went, and you know what it was? It was a Chris Angel magic show. There wasn't a cirky thing in there, other than they stole my money as they were bouncing around. But no, there's nothing going on there. The Gordon Ramsay thing, the Hell's Kitchen thing. So you know what? That's smart. Where's it going?
Caesar's Palace out front.
But
where
wait, there's already he's already got.
So Pub and Grill is inside.
Yeah,
This is going to be off the Strip where it used to be Serendipity.
Yeah.
And then Serendipity left. They made it something else.
Oh,
That's gone.
that's where it's going to go?
Yep.
Oh, that's a great position for them. Yeah, so that guy's got something going on.
So
the
does
answer
Gordon
is-
Ramsay get a 6th or does Cirque get an 8th?
Well, if there was one, it would be Gordon Ramsay, but there will be neither. Enough is enough. For the love of God, please, no more of either of these.
All right.
Please. By the way, the best Cirque show, name it.
I've never seen one.
Are you shitting me?
Nope.
You've never seen a Cirque show?
Never seen one.
Ever?
Never.
I got to take you to a Cirque show.
You're buying, I'll go.
That's I know what? I'll take you to it. Well, you're going to take me to a Raiders game.
Yeah.
We'll have to go to the Cirque show first because we'll be dead after the Raiders game. But God, I can't believe you've never gone to it.
Never.
Nobody. Hannah didn't want to go. Nobody wanted to go to a Cirque show.
No.
God,
No.
is that right?
I mean, Carrot Top was hilarious, but
Well, Carrot Top's fantastic.
here's the problem. It's expensive. Even with the locals
It's
discount.
$99 for 2 tickets. $99 for 2 tickets.
You don't think that's so pricey?
$99 for 2 tickets.
That's $50 a ticket.
Yeah, I pretty much understand the math. I'm okay
I mean,
with the math.
Okay, it's $44.50, but
I had a little problem with Algebra 2, but
I find that to be pricey for a local.
do
I do.
you like Beatles?
No.
Okay, either did I until I saw Love, and then I started to cry like a little bitch because it was so good.
If I was going to see one, I would probably, the one that looks most interesting to me is the Michael Jackson one.
Fuck.
But I'm an 80s kid.
It's the least interesting of all of them. Ka, Love, O. Actually, you should see Mystere, which is the most inexpensive, and it's the first one that was here.
Is that at New York, New York?
No, it's over at Mirage.
Oh, okay.
It's the original.
No, Beatles Love is at Mirage.
No, I mean TI. I'm sorry, I said
Okay.
TI. I'm sorry. It was the original Cirque du Soleil show here in Las Vegas back in 2000 or whenever it was, and it is the quintessential Cirque du Soleil show. They're not trying to do any kind of Beely shit or Ka is the first Cirque show that actually has a thread of a storyline. The rest of them are just kind of fun jumping around shit. Mystere is a real Cirque show, the real one. So I'm taking you to Cirque.
Let's do it.
Again, long
I'll
before
buy dinner
the
and you
Raiders.
buy the show.
Really?
Yeah.
At TI?
Yeah.
Great, you picked fucking TI. What's to eat at TI? Anything good? Gillies.
The Mexican place up, Senior Frogs.
Senor,
Oh,
Senor Frog.
The one. Way to
That's
go.
right up my alley.
So here's a tip, kids. If you're a technical director of a show, maybe you got to watch a few of the shows ahead of time because clearly our friend Nick didn't realize that I hate the idea of Senior Frog because what they've done to the facade of TI. Okay, now I've actually backtracked a little bit on that because we actually went to Senior Frog and really had a good time. So, God damn you, Senior Frog. All right, are you ready for our next thing?
What's our next thing?
Let's have a drink on me. Oh, look at him. What you just saw was Nick's penis got 3 sizes bigger just there.
Yeah.
It did feel good. Gotta admit.
Yeah, it's like those little sponges you put in the water, and it's just. Have a drink on me. This is the portion of the show where Scott is going to show you the picture of a bar. Maybe it's a tavern. Maybe it's a
Pub.
it's a pub. You know what it's not going to be?
A lounge. No.
Not going to be a nightclub.
Nightclub.
Because Scott doesn't do the. So he shows you that picture. He then gives you 3 clues, which I mean, whoa,
Difficult.
Yeah,
Super hard.
My gosh, it's like the New York Times crossword puzzle in complexity.
On Friday.
Yeah.
Which is the hardest one.
Right.
Did you know that?
I did not. You then send in your response. To where do they send that response?
Have a
Scott?
drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. Again, have a drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. We have a lower third for that.
We did, at
but
least.
no one knows where it is.
Yeah.
It's lost in the technical director ether.
Abyss.
We don't know where it is.
That is.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
He's picking up this weird. That's gonna go ahead and turn that off.
Okay.
Good.
At any rate, have a drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com.
I did for reasons.
Scott, let's. What did we have last week?
Maybe I could take off this thing now. It's hot. First of all, but what can they win?
Well, we
I
don't want to go over last week's winner first?
Don't we have to go? I think we actually go over. Oh, we actually have a thing to do too. So did you tell them how to win? Oh, what can you win? You have to tell them what they can win.
Okay.
We have to tell them how they can win.
You first off, well, how do you win?
How do you win?
Well, I went over that. You
Oh, you
sent in
did?
the correct answer.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't go over the bonus entries.
We have to do that too.
Yeah. So you send your winning answer
Right.
to have a drink
At
at VegasVideoNetwork.com.
That's one.
And that will get you your first entry.
That's right.
Now, if one, as like Lay's potato chips, I bet you can't enter just once.
No, you can't.
No.
How many times can you?
Oh my gosh. Let us count the ways.
5.
You can be the first correct answer.
The very first correct answer gets you another entry into our game. If you provide an opening video that introduces our show, that's another way in. If you provide a video entry, that's another way to win. Did we say the very, very first entry? I think we might have mentioned that.
That's the one. I just
Yeah.
said.
Anyways, basically 5 opportunities to win in this game. Now, what can they
The
win?
one you said be the first one twice. You did not say be in the live chat.
Oh, if you're in the live chat, thank you. If you're in the live chat and you send a correct answer in, that's your 5th way. So have we ever had anybody get 5 at the same time?
What would that
I
be?
think 4 was the highest.
5 is so you got the
Opening
trifecta, you got the quinella. This would be like the pentafecta.
Pentafecta, no one's done that, but I think we've had many 3s. I think we may have had a 4. In the live chat there, you can see them hanging out there. Pops has won 5, and he's back in the game. He's recovered from injury. By the way, congratulations to Pops, who recently got hired as a drummer for a rock band in Florida.
We discussed this after dark.
How great is that? Okay, now what can you win?
Oh, fabulous cash and
am I the
prizes,
person
right?
that has the music for that normally? I think I am. Doom, doom, doom.
You know how those game-worn NFL jerseys go for extra money on eBay? Well, you can get yourself a game-worn Vegas Video Network visor. Yes, psychic friend Scott, the exact visor he used to channel all that clairvoyant energy, can be shipped to you now in vibrant red.
That's all we have right now left, by the way. Or music.
So, what you're seeing there is the electronic downloads that you can receive of one of 3 fantastic masterpieces. It could be Chris Acoustic. It could be Chris Acoustic 2, or it could be Gijazzathon. Guijazzathathon.
Very nicely done. Or
Scott literally will recork and send you this bottle of wine. To be honest, it's not really that good.
not that good.
Maybe you will like it.
Send it back.
Different strokes for different folks.
right, you might want to refuse that delivery,
In lieu of that, he will take you out and buy you a drink.
which I just did last Monday, which would have been yesterday.
Right, that's
the
what
way-
most people call it. But
I call
Yeah.
it last Monday. Some people call it yesterday. Now, something gets very special if you get a visor. Are you ready? Over there?
Sure.
For the Galaxy? Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. You're over here. Some people win these visors, and then they put them on their head, and they take a picture of it, and magic happens. Wouldn't you agree, Wayne?
oh my gosh, it's more magic than happens at a Chris Angel show.
That's a low bar, folks. Low bar. However, if you take a picture of yourself with this visor, you send it into us, you become a part of the, we'll see if this goes well, Galaxy of Gods. There's Steve and Robert and Christina and Danny and Dawn and Jackie and Ken and Michael Woo and Sammy and Mike Q and Pop and Rosie. I can't hear the Glenn and Alan, and there's Alan, Aaron, and they are nudists. And then there is Scott B, Pinky and Bud, and Shan, not Shan, and Carol from the UK, and Bob, who's in the live chat, Bob's wife, and a dog named Menzo, and Jimmy 2Gs, and Michael S. And I gotta have the music because it is weird. There's Chris, who may have been dead, your buddy Scott, and Wayne, and Brett's dad, and you, Mr. Testy, and of course, Brett.
A little different a cappella, huh?
Yeah, you know what? I think I could have used the music there. Give me back to one, my brother. Attaboy. Okay. All right.
Still, I mean, that was...
so let's take a look at last week's Have a Drink on Me. We had, get ready for this, 22 correct answers. Double deuce. Here's last week's Have a Drink on Me. The clues were Bugsy's Bar, and Bugsy's Bar. Congratulations to the 22 people who had the correct answers.
Bugsy's Bar located in?
Flamingo. Thank you very much for bringing that up. 22 correct answers. Let's begin. We'll be using the Chris Phillips Crown Royal. Come on back here, big boy. Thank you. Can you? Oh, actually, hold them. You're right. Here we go. Ready? Our first entry, Glenn Tappa. He gets one for the correct answer. He gets Glenn Tappa.
Greg Tappa.
Greg Tappa. Oh, look at you knowing people.
Yeah.
He's in the live chat, too. So Greg gets one for being the first correct answer, and Greg gets one more for being in the live chat. That's a trifecta. Already we've started. Already 3 entries for one person. Very well done. Next up, Jimmy 2Gs, Jimmy Gallagher, one for the correct answer, and one for being in the live chat. Nicely done. Next up, we have Dan Jaga, one for the correct answer, one for being in the live chat. Nicely done, live chatters. Nicely done. Gary Romberg, Mr. Testy, let me see if he's in. No. Then we've got Mike Q, one for the correct answer. Mike is always in the live chat from Portland,
Oregon.
Next up, we've got Bill 98036, and one for the correct answer, and one for being in the live chat. Holy crap, we've got a lot of live chatters in today. Look at all this. Pretty exciting. Moving forward, Ken Anderson. Ken is in Maui, one for the correct answer. And actually, Ken was put in here because I missed him last week. And he said, hey, aloha. He's living in Hawaii now. How about not fucking with me? I'm like, well, good point. Next up, Terry from Canada. Now, Terry and the next person, who is Jack, are usually in the live chat, but you know where they are right now? Las Vegas. Oh. They're here.
Oh.
I invited him to watch the show, and he said, no.
Well...
So fuck Terry. He doesn't know. One for the correct answer. And Jack from Canada. They're both in Vegas today. Hope they're having a good time. Next, we have David Trickell from Monroe, Louisiana. One for the correct answer. Then we've got Matt Gentry. One for the correct answer. Then we've got Mike Beatty. Mike is who we had to have a drink on me with over at El Segundo Soul on yesterday, which is called Monday.
Or last yesterday.
And let me just say something about what Mike did. So Mike's a good guy. Okay. Mike, you know what Mike does? He does flight plans for a major airline. So it's his plans that determine whether you live or die. So as we were finishing up, we had a couple of drinks. I actually bought him 2 beers because he was doing happy hour. By the way, Mike, attaboy. I think they were $5 a beer. Yeah, I'll give you 2 beers. God damn it, I'm Mr. Moneybags. So as I'm walking away, he goes into his wallet. I'm like, "Let's have a drink on me. What are you doing?" And he plops a $20 in front of me. Okay. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I just want you to have this. I'm like, well, I don't understand. He goes, I just want to show you that I really appreciate what you're doing.
Wow.
So I kissed him on the lips. Guess what?
That's what $20 gets you.
Pretty good kisser.
Wow.
A little furry, but he's got a good time.
I mean, he could have gotten a little bit more down on Boulder Highway.
Well, I could have got married. Okay, Andy in New Hampshire. We've got Gene Rasmussen from St. Paul. We've got Paul Condor 954. One for the correct answer, one for being in the live chat. Way to go, man. Go back to that live chat shot. John Herman from New York City. He used to work for a major broadcast company there. No longer does. He cusses more in his emails now because of that. It's kind of interesting. Steve I, the wise
FCC's
guy.
office back.
Steve is a big fan. Steve, 1 for the correct answer and 1 for the live chat. Man, the live chatters are killing it today. Killing it. We continue on. AJ, holla! 1 for the correct answer. What was that? Mike Miskalski, also known as Mad Chipmunk. He's in the live chat. 1 for the correct answer. 1 for being in the live chat.
All right.
We continue.
Oh, we got more?
We got more. We got 22.
My goodness
Holy
gracious.
Christ. Get ready for Pops. Not right yet, but it's coming up, right, Nick?
Sure.
It's not, that actually does nothing for me when he says that. Oh, yeah, sure, Scott.
Christmas is coming, too.
Right, okay, let's see. Here we are. We've got Craig Daughtry, also known as Vegas Dog. Let's see if Vegas Dog 222. 1 for the correct answer, 1 for being in the live chat, and Craig writes.
And I quote, Scott and Wayne.
Pimpin'.
Howdy, howdy. I know, but it's censored. It's a family show. Howdy, howdy from Charlotte. It's Vegas Dog 222. Long time since my last Haddam entry, and I hope to be in the live chat tonight.
He was. There
I've
you go.
caught up on all the shows, and you guys are still rocking it. All right, on to the business at hand. This week's bar is so easy. Like you, Wayne, for some strange reason, I always visit the Flamingo.
Was it like you, Wayne? You're easy?
No, like you, Wayne, for some strange reason, I
That
always
bar
visit
is so
the
easy.
Flamingo.
Like you, Wayne, period.
Bugsy's bar is well known to him. He's actually staying there for the second time ever for a couple days during their next trip out in September.
I'm going to make you drink some of this shit while I'm there.
Mr. Whitney,
Yes.
speaking of September and being in Vegas,
There it comes.
how about that drink on you from last year's win? You know,
This guy's
the
relentless.
time I canceled on you for some reason.
Yeah, maybe you should get a demerit for canceling. I think that's going to be a new rule.
Anyway,
you cancel on me,
Keep up the good work.
you're
Dog
out. All right, no, he's actually a nice guy. So he's in there. We've got him. Okay, next up we've got Michael Snow, also known as Chicago Snowman. 1 for the correct answer, and that's all he gets. And Michael writes, wow! I took some time away from your show just to start and just started watching again. It's kind of like rehab. I had my own rehab. I said no. Very nice change to the studio. Konnichiwa. You and Wayne still enjoyable to watch. Whew. By the way,
I thought we were starting to get a little tired.
that's a high bar. I'm looking forward to staying updated with your show, not just able to watch live. And how about my first Haddam since coming back? As Wayne put it, level 1, super easy. But that's good for me. The bar is Bugsy's Bar at Flamingo. Thanks, Chicago Snowman. Thank you, Chicago Snowman. And finally, our video entry I saw in the live chat, Vegas Live Today. Bob used to be the Scorsese of video entries. We're hoping he comes back. He asked Pops, are you still doing videos? Come to find out, Pops is doing videos. I'm not going to be able to hear this, though, so you're going to tell me what it says after we're done. Please play Pops' video.
Helpful Haddam hints from Pops.
Hey kids, if you wonder how I can be a 5-time Haddam winner, one of the tricks is not trusting the technology. Just in case of a TriCaster meltdown or something, I grab my phone and try to capture the clues live as they come out on the air during the Living in Las Vegas podcast. Sometimes the clues are really hard. This week it was kind of easy because this is what I captured on the phone. Good job, Scott.
Big Bang. He's pitching his own.
Yeah.
So
I'm assuming at some point, Scott, did you get fired as the guy that blurs out the faces on cops?
did you like my XXX? Listen, the software that I use, which is fast and efficient, doesn't have the fuzzy thing that I've done. I've used it in the past. I'm like, that's just too damn hard. I'm putting X's over it. Hell with it. So Pops gets 1 for the correct answer. Pops gets 1 for being in the live chat, and another 1 for his video entry. Another triple for the Pops man. Pops, by the way, has won 5 or 4.5 because we somehow came up with that number. Okay, here we go. How are we doing on time?
55.
Oh, this will be
We're
it.
gonna nail this on the head.
Okay, here we go.
We're pros.
Pick it up.
At least for one night.
All right, finally.
All right.
Get a blind squirrel.
Here we go.
Huh?
Now this winter, here's the thing, Scott. Remember, we're on the first and third Tuesday of every month.
That's true.
This winter, there's 3 Tuesdays in August. Or excuse me, there's 5 Tuesdays in August. This winter is going to get to rain for the next 3 weeks.
Is this the second Tuesday? Or the third Tuesday?
Yes, it is.
Oh, this is a big deal.
This is. So this
deal.
person's gets a little extra time. You ready? Mm-hmm. And this person is,
There you go.
ladies and gentlemen, you might know his famous brother Mick. It's Dan Jagger.
Dan Jagger, way to go. Let me put that in my pocket so I don't forget to email him. Dan, you're going to win yourself a visor or one of my CDs. If you like Christmas and you love God, you'll get the CD. Or you can have a drink on me. Okay, let's look at this week's Have a Drink on Me. By the way, I sent that picture upside down, and guess what? Nick made it correct because Mick is like God. Or Nick.
No,
Mick.
Me?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Hey, hint number 1. Do you know this, by the way, by looking at it?
I do not.
Fantastic. Hint number 1 would be a good bar for a Haiti-themed hotel. It would be a good bar for a Haiti or Haitian-themed hotel. Oh, that was a very good hint. Hint number 2, I'm surprised I didn't see any shrunken heads here.
Oh, I've got it now.
Hint number 2, I'm surprised I didn't see any shrunken heads here. And hint number 3, it provides you one of the best views in all of Las Vegas.
I agree.
Again,
As did our viewers.
one of the best views in all of Las Vegas. If you know the answer to that, you're going to send your email to haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com. Again, haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com. Do the sound for Gajazza-thumbs. Or, you know what song I'm talking about. Gin and tonic. Well, thanks everybody for watching our show again. Didn't bring out the sound effects because we were rushing back from a live stream Las Vegas show. But by the way, this music is fantastic. Hey, a couple ways that you can reach out to us. On-air queue at livinginlv.com. On-air queue at livinginlv. Just send your emails to us. We'll answer your questions for you. You can leave a voicemail. If you go to our website, our homepage at vegasvideonetwork.com, you'll see a little tab on the right-hand side. You click it, a little box will pop up. You can go ahead and start recording because you have a microphone on your computer, which is fantastic. Good for you. By the way, we're on iTunes, as we've mentioned many times before. Give us 5 stars and dig us and love us and share your love with us. And we're on the YouTube. Hell, we're a YouTube partner. Give us a thumbs up. Chat with us. We get a lot of chats on our YouTube channel. And share us. Embed us in your Facebook page. It's fun. It feels good. It makes you hard like Nick when he did a good job a few minutes ago. It's pretty fun to watch. We're also on Roku. 73,000 installs. We're on Stitcher, TuneIn, Chromecast, Apple, Google, and Fire TV, Apple Play, and of course, Vegas Video Network. I'm Scott. That there is the singing Pippin Wayne. This is the Living in Las Vegas podcast on the Vegas Video Network. We'll see you guys in, I guess, 3 weeks. Is that right? Take care, everybody. Peace.